Peace, fam. Um, we had to do a regular upload on this video um, because Facebook, I guess, didn't want me to put this thing on there going live. So, it's all good. It's all good. We still gonna keep it moving regardless. But this video basically is gonna touch on the truth about Sandra Bland and also how they're using these particular people to attack the conscious community. All right. So let's get on the truth about Sandra Bland first. All right. Now, this is what happened. Okay. She came through this morning with some information. Yes, she made the transition. Okay. She came through with some information, and um, what basically happened somewhere around March, the end of March. Yeah, the sun tearing me up right now. It's getting at me. It's getting at me. Uh, Somewhere around March. Okay, the end of March. It was on a Tuesday around 4 o'clock. Okay, 4 o'clock. Okay, and what happened was, she was leaving out this store or whatever it was, and she got into her car in the parking lot, and she was approached by a man, black man. Okay, all right. She was approached by this black man. Mother Nature cooling me off out here, She was approached by this black man, and this black man pretty much, he did everything to make her feel um, at ease about his presence in front of her. Okay, um, he told her, he said he don't know why he here, but it's something, maybe the Lord, put this on his heart to give to her, you know, and um, and what he gave her was a check for $20 million. Okay, he said, it had to be the Lord that put me in front of you, right? So by her being so caught up in Jesus, okay, and by her praying to Jesus all the time, every night she prayed to Jesus, so she figuring that, okay, this is Jesus, okay, giving her this information. This is Jesus, giving her this money. I mean, you know, so her mind is blown at this point, and he is cutting up this black man, suit and tie kind of cat, real smooth cat, okay, and he bowed to her, he kissed her hand, he got on one knee and kissed her feet, all her right foot, all kind of stuff, and he really wanted it. He really wanted it to be, he wanted her to be, I guess, feel at home with him or something like that, because he did everything he could, and once he was done with her, her mind was blown. Her mind was blown. Jesus came, gave me this check because Jesus knew my financial situation and all this kind of stuff. Okay, so what wound up happening was he went to telling her about a place. Okay, a place called Argentina. All right, and telling her that there's many black people out there. Is a religious place. They love Jesus out there. It's a beautiful, black people living good, and the whole 9 yards. And her mind was blown, And he said, "Yeah, I'm actually leaving today. I'm going out there. Okay, I'm going out there. I got a business to take care of, and by the kind of car he was driving, and the suit he had on, and everything, her mind was blown, with this black man, she was like, man, don't nobody come to me like that, but Jesus. That's what she thinking. Okay. So he told her about Argentina, how beautiful it was. She need to visit sometime, and all that. So the next morning she checked on the check and everything. Check was good, So long story short, that Friday, That Friday of that week, she was on a plane, her and a few of her family members, to Argentina. Okay? She was on her way to Argentina. And she said when she got there, she was treated like a queen. Um, she actually got a chance um, to I think she said she lived in a mansion, and you know she said I drove a Ferrari, all kind of stuff. It's a beautiful way of life out there, you know, and she was out there 4 months before that whole situation happened with her in the jailhouse and the so-called her being hung in the jail and all that kind of shit. So she had been out there for about 4 months. Now, I'm gonna throw this at you. Check this out. I'm gonna throw this at you. A month while she was out there, okay, a woman, okay, an associate of hers, it wasn't a real friend of hers, but she saw out there, a few different times. Okay. It was a black woman. Okay. Um, it was just her and her son. Who this woman was? Corinne Gaines. Also in Argentina. Okay. Living a life, living lavish. Okay. It was a whole street full of black people who owned big, huge mansions and drove big time cars and all of this kind of stuff. Okay. So what wound up happening, okay, she saw Corinne every now and again. She really wasn't sociable, I guess you want to call it, because Sandra had her family. She was good with her family, and they was living good and on the water and all kind of stuff. They had a couple other people who was out there as well, that she didn't really know who they were until she made the transition. Okay. And I'm gonna explain that also. So when that whole situation went down in July, okay, a friend of hers from the States called her and said, they say you killed yourself. And she was like, wait, what? She said, what you mean I killed myself? She said, yeah, they got pictures of you hung and all, the body on the ground and all this. She said, well, hold up, how is that even possible? What are they doing? And her friend, was basically, well, I'm just not going to tell nobody that I spoke to you or whatever. So she didn't. Okay. So what Sandra did was, she couldn't believe it. She was like, well, how could Jesus put me in this particular situation? And that's what she said. She said, how can Jesus put me in this particular situation? So from that point on, from the end of July, the middle of July, towards the end, she started questioning things, and she was like, I don't understand. Like, first of all, how do they even have a person that looked like me? Like how is that? And she started to do research on clones and all of this kind of stuff. It was blowing her mind. How in the hell is happening? How was this even possible? So she went to doing research and trying to find out how can Jesus do this to her. So from that point to the beginning of last month, okay, was a rough time for her. Okay. She started to study, and got deep into, what's really going on, the matrix and all the bullshit of the Caucasoid, and she couldn't believe it. She couldn't believe that she was really lied to. She couldn't believe that Jesus wasn't real, and she really couldn't believe it. So the whole time she was in Argentina for like over a year. Okay. September 22nd, last month, she had enough. She bought a gun. Okay. She bought a gun a week prior to this particular day, which was September 22nd. And what happened from there was a family member of hers went into the bathroom and found her shot in the head, okay, with the gun she bought. She couldn't take it no more, and she took herself out because she just didn't understand, and she was suffering. She was suffering. So she took herself out, to find out that that wasn't real, and she could still get a message out through, definitely come through me, because I can give a fuck about what anybody thinks. So I'm gonna put it out there. Period. Give a fuck about what you think, your mom think. Okay, fuck her too. Straight up. Okay? So, and whoever else she can talk to about getting this particular information out. But so now this the crazy part. Okay, Corinne Gaines, right? Corinne Gaines was out there as well. Now, this is the thing about Corinne Gaines. Corinne basically changed everything. Okay, she moved her whole family. I think it was just her and her son, if I'm not mistaken. Um, and what I got was she don't even know anything about what happened. Okay, all that video with her, all that's clones. All that's clones. Even the son, that's a fucking clone. Okay, all right. I'm gonna have to get more information on what happened with her. Okay, I'm gonna have to get more information on how she got there, or what was, or did the same thing happen to her that happened to Sandra, with this guy approaching her, black man, of course, us, our own people, we fuck over ourselves, as usual. Um, so, um, so basically.